Hi guys, welcome back to Balls Fan TV, and today we're back with another video doing the match preview for tomorrow's game against Drogheda United at Sullivan and Lamb Park. We've reached the final game of the season, and we still got something to play for, despite a very disappointing defeat last week to Shelburne. Forth is still up for grabs, but we need to come away with a result here, and hope that other results go our way as well. We've got Pats playing Shells in Talca Park, but we'll have to hope that Shells can do us a favour. But then we'll have to do our bit too. We'll have to come away with a draw would see us take forth as long as Pats lose. But just to make sure of it anyway, we want to be coming away with 3 points. And look, our confidence isn't high at the moment after the defeat to Shells, and rightly so. It kind of just feels like we're back in the position we were in previous seasons, where we felt like we had Europe and then let it go, and let ourselves down by constantly shooting ourselves in the foot, losing silly games. We've seen a repeat of that in the last few weeks. It's put us in a position now where we're in a 3-horse race for fourth, and our tomorrow's opponents, Drogheda, they're in that race. It looked like they were well out of it only a few weeks ago, but with us and Pats just being so inconsistent, they're back in it now. They're well in it. They've got a home game on the last day against ourselves, a team who are on the floor confidence-wise, and that they'll be fancying themselves. We all know how bad our record is against Drogheda this season. We haven't beat them. We've lost every game. We haven't scored a goal against them this season even. So, all 3 games ended in 1-0 defeat. So it's a tough one to be positive about. But the fact that we still have something to play for, there's a slight bit of motivation for us. Even if we are feeling very down at the moment about how the last few weeks have gone and the position that we're in now. So on the team, look, you might have a couple of enforced changes. Adam McDonald went off with an injury against Shells. Flores went off at half time. That hasn't been explained yet why that happened. But let's hope it's not a knock and he's not out for this one. McDonald, I suppose he could change it if he is to be injured. You could drop Clark a bit deeper maybe and bring Douglas James Taylor back in. But I didn't think he was great when he came on Sunday. I thought he was pretty poor. I thought his touch was terrible. He was all over the place nearly. So, look, I'm sure he'll be wanting to start. It's against his former club. I think he'd love to. To get a goal that meant that we won the game and potentially fired ourselves into fourth. But he didn't play well when he came on Sunday, so I don't know what'll happen there. You'd expect everything else to be the same anyway. But look, we've got one more chance now to pull off a big result. Look, we've been let down time and time again over these last few weeks in these big must-win games. We've gone into them every single week, hoping that that's something. Something big will happen. So we'll see a big performance and a big win, but it hasn't come out that way. 3 league wins since June, it's just not good enough. That's why we're in the position we're in now, and we're hoping for even if we do win, we're hoping for further results to go our way. If Pats managed to get the win in Talca Park, that they'll take that forward spot regardless of what we do. Drogheda will obviously feel like they've got a great chance. It's a home game, last game of the season against a bow side in poor form. They'll be really fancying themselves, and obviously also on top of that, they've beaten us every time we played them this season. So look, they won't be fearing this game. They're going to be well up for it, like we said in the reaction to the Shells game there. They're going to be smelling blood coming up against us. So that's why we need to just show that we've got one last proper performance in us. Look, I know it's been said time and time again. I always say that on the channel multiple times in the last few weeks. Go out there, show that we've got one big performance and a big result in us, but it hasn't worked out that way. There's no doubt it'll be cagey. With both teams having something to play for. It's going to be a mad day across the league in general. I think it's saying 8 of the 10 teams have something to play for. So, it's going to be a mad final day. I'll be tuning in to what's happening in Talca Park as well. We just absolutely have to do our bit. It's do or die now. It's the last chance. Confidence isn't good at the moment, of course, but look, there's still one more game to try and salvage it. Try and nick fourth. Get a result any way we can. That means we can do that. And yeah, for me anyway, I think that this game does seem like one that both teams might just end up cancelling each other out. Just with so much to play for. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. Some might say that that's optimistic after what we've been served up for the last few weeks. But like I said, the caginess of the game, I think that's how it's going to play out in a draw. So look, it's out of our hands now. Down to our own wrongdoing. But the players just got to go out there and show that they've got one big result left in them, one big performance, show the ball, show the fight. And yeah, let's just pray that we can get a result and other things go our way, and we can get fourth. And unfortunately, rely on Rovers still as a favourite and win the cup so we can get into Europe. So yeah, that's where I'll end it. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you're thinking heading into the game, your score predictions, and I'll see your reaction on Saturday evening. Bye bye.